How's it going, guys? Just another Sunday night live stream here. I've let a couple people come on. If this is your first time jumping on one of these live streams, or if you're watching it after the fact, just know the first couple minutes are always just a little bit of time to give people time to come on here and join us before we begin the conversation. It's been a couple minutes since last week. Feels like an eternity. So many things have happened, and so just give you some updates on my life and what's going on, and let you kind of know, what's going to be going on here in the near future. Really trying to get back to normal and start churning out some videos. I have so many in the hopper right now, and I just need to have some more time to edit. This week is looking positive, certainly more than the last couple. But we just had to do what we had to do, and now we're just getting back to it. So I appreciate you guys' patience as far as, not holding me to the fire on putting out videos. Not that I really work on anyone else's time schedule anyway, but just one of those things where I just try to always put out at least a couple of videos a week, but sometimes it's just not possible. And there's been obviously some very extraordinary circumstances over the past couple of weeks, and that's just what we're dealing with. So I'll probably, I probably am not going to notify on Facebook tonight. If any of you guys want to share this on social media, that would be totally fine. You can share this on Facebook, or our Discord channel shares it automatically. You could share it on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, however you want to do that. And then I seem to have some issues with seeing how many people are on here. When you guys look and see how many people are on the live stream, how many do you actually see versus how many likes? I know last week I was having trouble seeing how many likes, and this week I'm having trouble seeing how many people. I see lots of people commenting, but I don't see many people on my actual feed here. So maybe I will have to go live on Facebook. If it's only 4, then maybe that's not quite enough for us to have a conversation. So let me go live on Facebook. Let's do that real quick, and then I'll come right back to you. I promise. Bear with me here. All right. Facebook. Just takes me 1 minute, so I'll be right back. Hey Facebook, I just wanted to give you a quick notification. There's every Sunday night we do a live stream, Kittanning, Greatest City in the World, over on my YouTube channel. If you just search Andrew Ladisaw, or if you go on YouTube and search Kittanning, Greatest City in the World, you'll be sure to find me. We do Sunday night live streams every Sunday at 9. So come on over to the YouTube channel, join us over there, and we make sure to have a good conversation. Obviously, my life has been a little crazy over the last couple weeks, but that's to be expected. That happens sometimes, so I'll give you some updates on that, and then some of what I have planned for the future of what I'm trying to do in Kittanning, and hopefully what we're all on board with moving forward in transforming our city for God's glory to get us to a better future. So that's it, guys. Come on over to the YouTube, join the live stream. It'll just take about a half an hour. 45 minutes every Sunday night. We do that at 9 o'clock. So that's it. See you over there. Bye-bye. All right, so we'll see if we get anyone else to come on over here. But anyways, I'll give you guys a quick update. Joanna is home, praise God. So that's wonderful news. She came home in the middle of last week. And so it's been quite an adjustment. Any of you guys know with type 1 diabetes, it's a very interesting, very, very different from normal. And so you have to count carbs for every meal for whatever she's eating. Then we have to give her an appropriate insulin dose for every single meal as well. Also every snack, and you have to check sugar before every meal, and within 2 hours afterwards. And so it's really, it's pretty labor intensive. It comes very naturally to me. So it hasn't been too much of a struggle as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not the primary person home either. So my wife and I are just learning how to communicate that information back and forth. And obviously all the doctors, they want to know all the information all the time as well. And we'll have follow-up doctor's appointments, all those kinds of things. But that being said, having them home is much better than not. So very glad to have my wife back home. and Joanna as well. And this week should be more normal than last week, although normal will be a relative term for us for a little while. So anyways, that's the update on Joanna. Also last Sunday, my car was hit. I got notified that my car was actually totaled, and so I'll be getting my check for my car, so I have to find a different car, hopefully this week, especially with it snowing outside now. My truck is two-wheel drive, and so that's not real conducive to snow driving. And especially it's a little truck, so it's very light and very squirrely anytime it's slippery. So I got to find another all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle, and then I'll really kind of be back to normal as my life could possibly be. I tend to think that my life it's a little bit crazy in general, and so when you add other crazy things on top of it, it's interesting. So let's take a look at the comments here. Todd Johns was first tonight. Parker Plays thought he was first. 3D Maker Kid thought he was first, but none of you were first. Just Todd. So, but the rest of you were close. You were really, really close. 3D Maker Kid is upset as usual. Todd says, Big Daddy T.O. Double D wins. And he did. Parker says, I got notified first. 3D Maker Kid asked how my daughter was. Hopefully you got enough of her update there. If y'all have any questions about type 1 diabetes, those kinds of things, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Still praying for a miracle for her, though. Now that she's home and we have full monitoring of her, it'll be interesting to see what God does with her life, because we have many, many people praying, very specifically for a miracle for her, that those pancreatic cells that don't work for a type 1 diabetes person, that they would kind of come back to life, that her body would begin to produce insulin again, and that she could be weaned off of what she's doing. But that obviously doesn't happen at all in the medical world. But with God, anything is possible, my friends, and I believe that 100%. So we're just leaning on Him through this time, and kind of like, I think I said this last week too, but it's like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were going in the fiery furnace, and they said, our God can save us, but even if He doesn't, that's kind of how we're praying as well, or how I'm praying at least, is, I want God to heal my daughter, but even if He doesn't, we're still going to walk through this and serve Him the best that we can, and we're going to, I'm already looking for ways that God can use this moment, use this time in Joanna's life and in our lives to glorify Himself. And so I'm just always searching for different ways that God can use us. And so this just might be one of those ways. So the other comments here. Sorry, y'all are talking amongst yourselves. Okay, 4 and 5 people. Good. Krista said hi. Melissa's in the house. Melissa, how is Judea? There's another little baby in our church who's very, very sick right now. So she needs our prayers right now. So if y'all want to be praying for Judea, that would be super helpful. Paul says, thank God for both of them being back home. Yes, absolutely. Big Dog Bro says, you had the best sermon today. I loved it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Today I had a sermon on Jericho and Joshua and the walls of Jericho, and it had a lot of historical information and a lot of really cool stuff about what they've actually found about the city of Jericho. And I don't know if that's what you specifically like, Todd, but not Todd, but Big Dog. If that's what you like, I kind of like the history stuff, and I like to dig into that. And you'll like to hear Luke preach probably when he does, because Luke really likes to go into history. Todd says, put mutters on the truck and hang on for the ride. Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to drive it to work tomorrow, so we'll see what it's like. Well, I could always take the van, I guess. But the kids, no, I can't even take the van. So it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Paul says he's type 2. Okay, I didn't know that, Paul. Do you have to take insulin? Paul, I'm interested. He Inspired Me is in the house. If you guys don't know, just a quick shout out here for He Inspired Me. He Inspired Me is another Christian channel, mostly I think geared towards men, or from the videos that I've watched at least. So if you're a man, you're looking for some uh, Christian content, look up He Inspired Me. He just said, hey, everyone, a few comments ago. So check out his channel. If you're a man and you're a Christian, go ahead and subscribe to him and check it out. And if you like it, stick around. If you don't, I'm sure that he's okay with an unsubscribe if you're not interested in what he's got to offer. But from what I've seen so far, he's rock solid on his theology, and I've enjoyed watching him. So check him out. Todd says, why don't you care much for Samson from the Bible? Okay, so I think I said that a little while back, maybe last week, that I don't care for Samson. It's just that Samson frustrates me. Like, he had everything going for him, and he just let himself be controlled by things of this world, specifically women and other things that maybe aren't family friendly for this channel. So I don't know. It's not that I don't like Samson. I mean, I think we can all relate to him as men, but at the same time, it's just like he just frustrates me. And it's like the same thing with like Jeff Bezos. Like, he's now getting a divorce from his wife, and I don't understand that. When you have everything in the world, I don't know how you could possibly be tempted away. It's like, I just don't get it. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. Probably not appropriate for this channel. But I do want to watch whatever you said, what you were talking about. There was some kind of TV special. So, T Wolf says, hi Andrew and everyone from the Rockies. I just love that there's people from across the country watching this thing. I just think that's so cool. Evan Shirley's in the house. Good to see you, Evan. Glad that you are here. I am well, my friend. I'm a little exhausted from the last week and a half, but that being said, I'm very good. I'm blessed and happy to be alive. Paul says, no, just a pill, but my stepmom is type 1. Okay, very good, very good. He Inspired Me says, thanks for the shout out. All dudes wanting to be godly men, welcome. Absolutely. Melissa says, latest update was the last I heard. Still not feeling well at all. We just want her well and home. We all miss her. So that's Judea. That's the little baby from church. Well, I shouldn't say baby. She's just turned 2 years old. So she's a toddler at this point. But just the cutest little thing. And they're not quite sure what's wrong. She's at Children's Hospital. So if you guys would just say a quick prayer for Judea, we would greatly appreciate it. Evan Shirley says, I am going through a lot. Evan, if you need a specific prayer request and you're comfortable sharing it here, feel free to do that. If not, you can message me on any platform and I'll be happy to talk with you and pray with you directly. So, absolutely. 3D Maker Kid says, sorry, was busy losing some bodily fluid, also known as blood. I don't know what's happening at your house, 3D Maker Kid, but yeah, I don't know if I want to know more. I might want to know more, but that sounds terrifying, to be honest with you. Gene says, it was a blessing service today. You are very blessed. I am absolutely blessed, 100%. No doubt about it. Todd says, Netflix has it on. So, Todd, if I just search Samson on Netflix, in fact, let me do it right now while I'm talking to you. Let me just make sure I get the right one, and I'll check it out, maybe even when we're done here. Let's see, what else we got? Big Dog says, good message and information on history. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Amanda says, 422 is terrible, but PennDOT is out now. Okay, good. How much is it supposed to snow tonight? I don't even know it was supposed to snow. I'm very curious. Samson. Okay, is it that one right in the middle? This one right here? Can you tell me? Is that the right one? If it is, then I'll watch it. I'll check it out. Netflix says it's an 86% match for me, so evidently I'm supposed to watch it anyway. 2018 PG-13, almost 2 hours. Okay, I guess I can give 2 hours of my time. I'll try it out. Gene says, yeah, the dinner went very well. Okay, so yeah, the dinner. I do want to talk about that, and I think I'm going to be making some videos about it. We had a spaghetti dinner fundraiser at the church this last week for a Royal Family Kids Camp, which is starting a new branch in Armstrong County. led by some people in our church. We're very, very excited about it. Those of you, if you've never heard of Royal Family Kids Camp, it is it's basically a ministry to abused, neglected children. And so people that are, or they're kids from ages 7 to 11 that are kind of in the foster system or abused or neglected in some way can have a week where they're just treated like royalty. And so they put on a camp just for the kids that age, and it's really a life-altering week for them. They get to, like I said, be treated like royalty. They have just a lot of different activities planned for them, a lot of great food, a lot of fun. Obviously, they get counseling a lot, one-on-one, but it's just a week of positive memories. And so we're now raising money for our local Royal Family Kids Camp branch. And so if you're on Facebook and you search Royal Family Kids Camp Armstrong, I would highly suggest you go like their Facebook page. And if you're able at all to give a donation, between now and the beginning of summer, I know they would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It's something that they're doing this year for the first time, but the plan is that it would happen every single year coming up. So they're trying to create this now. It's the very first year, the inaugural year, and so it's the hardest year to fundraise because there's no background to go off of. But if you look up Royal Family Kids Camp, it's a nationwide organization. There's camps all across the country. But it's very, very exciting because we have an opportunity, I believe, to kind of break the cycle of poverty, kind of that generational curses, so to speak. We have an opportunity through this camp to take these kids and kind of break some of those cycles in their family, and I'm just so stinking excited about it. We raised $411 from the dinner. This past Friday, which is wonderful. That's a great, great success. And so if we can continue to do that, and I'm going to make some videos and hopefully challenge Kittanning, greatest city in the world. I'd like to put out a challenge to raise like $5,000 through this channel. If we could raise $5,000, that would just be huge for the camp, and we could have a nice chunk towards the camp and towards everything that they need, not only to have a great first year, but to be able to put some money away for the coming years. So I'm just so excited about it. Anyways, if you all want to know more about Royal Family Kids Camp or you have any questions about that, throw them in the comments. Or actually, they showed it at the church on Friday as well. We did dinner and a movie, and the movie they showed is called Camp, and it's about Royal Family Kids Camp. They made a feature film to kind of give people an idea of what the camp's all about. So you should totally check out that movie as well. Just very, like I said, very excited about it. Okay. Sorry, I lost my place in the comments here. I know Amanda said something. Oh, okay, Amanda said, I don't think much snow, but it seems to have caught us off guard. Okay, good. 3D Maker Kid just has a nosebleed, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. He's okay. Evan Shirley says, you have Facebook, right? Yes, I have Facebook. Definitely message me on there. You can either look up Kittanning, greatest state in the world, that Facebook page, and message me through that. I'm the only admin. I'm the only one that's going to see it. Or you can just look for my profile specifically, and I'll be happy to talk with you that way. Just look up Andrew Ladisaw. I'm a very public person. Todd's checking out. Everyone's checking out. He inspired me. That's awesome. That's great. Great stuff. Melissa says, I'm grateful I'm here with the kids, but at the same time, I would rather be with Judea. I miss my little princess. Yeah, I know. And you're like her second mom, so I understand that. It's never fun to have kids in the hospital. It's just not a good time. Not a good time at all. So I'm caught up on comments, you guys. Just want to give you a quick update. This will probably be another short live stream just because it's been so wild here. But I have several videos kind of about the process of Joey coming home. And so the first few videos this week will be those videos. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hopefully I'll have 3 like quick in succession. And then I'll be right back to filming some Kittanning videos. I'm working on 2 more problem videos for the city, and then I'll be back and kind of going through and making sure, revisiting all those things. And at that point, once I finish those 2 videos, we're going to have our meetup, and then we'll also, I'll be revealing something bigger at the meetup, and then we'll be able to kind of go from that point and revisit those 5 points and start to begin to try to change Kittanning for the better. In those 5 different ways. So the 5 videos, or the 3 videos so far, were the drug problem in Kittanning. That video has just been crazy huge. It just blew up. Over 2,000, I think almost 2,500 views on it now, which is wonderful. So that's obviously one that I think we'll be able to hit really hard. The second one was blight in Kittanning, and we already do some stuff through Summer of Serve, but Summer Serve's gonna go even bigger this year. We're just gonna have so many awesome projects throughout the city. I cannot wait for it. I'm just very, very excited about that. And the third one was filling vacant buildings downtown. And so that one's going to be a little more difficult, but I do have some ideas there. And part of it's with our meetups and some little pop-up events. And so hopefully we can create some activity to try to get some of these buildings moving downtown as well. And I think if we can fill up the downtown, you guys, Kittanning is it's gonna just feel different. It's gonna be very, very exciting. Beanie Boos is in the house. Oh, Evan says, want me to shovel State Farm sidewalks? If there's enough to shovel, you can go ahead and do it. If it's just a trace, you don't have to do anything, Evan. It's cool. I'll just throw some salt out tomorrow morning. Beanie Boos says, hello, I just found you randomly. How did you find me randomly? I always wonder that. Like, were you searching live streams? Were you just on, I have no idea. Tell me how you found it. 3D Maker Kid says hello. Todd John says, I pulled up to Samson, May 2018, hour and 48 minutes. Yes, okay, that's the one. That's the one I just showed, so very good. So I found it. 3D Maker Kid says, welcome. Laura Longcore says, back to normal, crazy. Yeah. That's I said, Laura, normal is a pretty relative term with me. Things are always pretty crazy. They've been especially crazy the last week and a half. But, it is what it is. It's cool. I'm not excited about what my daughter's going through, but at the same time, I don't feel like we should be somehow immune from the things of this world either. And so, I'm just accepting it for what it is at this point. We're still praying through it. We're not at all done believing for a miracle for her. But at the same time, I'm at peace. I'm at total peace walking through this thing. I don't know why. I don't completely understand it, which I guess is what the Bible tells us anyway, is that we're supposed to walk with a peace that surpasses all understanding. But even from the first phone call, the doctor called me and said, hey, your wife just went to the emergency room. They think your daughter has type 1 diabetes. You should probably get there as soon as possible. Even from that very moment, there was never a panic at all. I just was like, okay, we'll get through this. It was just, I don't know. I just was at peace. So, I just think that God's going to really do something great through it, and I'm excited to see what God's going to do, because I think that we're serving Him. I think that we are. I think that we're walking the right path. I'm not at all convinced that this is some kind of move to turn around. I do believe the enemy wants to use it to try to destroy what we're doing. And I'm determined not to allow that to happen. But yeah, I guess I'm probably not making a whole lot of sense because I'm still kind of processing the whole thing. But at the same time, I'm just very much at peace. So I just want you guys to know that. I appreciate your prayers 100%, but I don't want you to be concerned about me, but just continue to pray for my family, especially for my wife. She's bearing the emotional brunt of this whole thing. And so she's had a lot more to deal with than I have from that perspective. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably more than you wanted to know. But yeah, back to normal crazy is like my life is crazy normally. So yes, Laura, to answer your question. Evan says, I loved your video when you're a mom for a day. Yeah, that was pretty fun to do. And, I was kind of in my creative groove still. I was trying to make daily videos. And then after that, I was just like, yeah, this is just not possible. But that one was really fun to make. I just love being home with the kids, and I love filming with them because they're just like the most fun part of my life. They're just so stinking cute and so fun. And I love making those videos because it's like memories that I can go back and watch. And they love to watch those videos that they're in a lot because they just think it's cool that they're on the TV. And so my now 3-year-old Lily, she always says, "Can you turn on the daddy videos?" Because she wants to watch daddy on TV, and they have their favorite ones, and we'll turn on a little playlist and spend half an hour to an hour. They'll watch daddy videos, which I think is awesome. He inspired me. Said, "Awesome news! Excited for you, man." Thank you, sir. Thank you. True Story says, Samson was an addict, couldn't get it together, sold out his Israelite country and his heritage, all for his lusts. Yes, see, this is what I'm talking about. Samson frustrates me. Matt says, Monster Jams was this weekend at PPG Paints Arena, and next year you should take your family. The kids would have a blast. Get a pit party pass beforehand for pics and autographs with trucks and drivers. That sounds pretty fun, to be honest with you. I bet my son, especially as he gets older, would enjoy that. My daughters, none of them are really into trucks. Although Abby tonight said, because we were looking up like some dance videos on TV, and they were having fun doing dance and yoga through YouTube, which was pretty cool. But then Abby was like, I like dancing and stuff, but I want to do more boy stuff. And I was like, what's boy stuff? What are you even talking about? And I think she was talking about like when she pretends to be a superhero and she does all that stuff. I said, girls can be superheroes. That's not boy stuff. So, yeah, it was interesting. So maybe she'd be into a monster truck rally. I'm not sure. Melissa says, Krista said she would be watching on her own phone, but she smashed it at her dad's house Friday night. That's not good. That's not good, Krista. Don't do that. 3D Maker Kid says, I used to love that event. He used to love the monster trucks. Very cool. Swan says, sorry I was late and missed an update. Is your daughter home now? Yes, my daughter's home now. I'm doing a full video on that. That should be out. If everything goes right, we'll be out on Tuesday. So be on the watch for that. Todd says, love the movie. Never heard of him until I saw the movie. Amanda says, we weren't promised a lack of trouble. Absolutely, we were not promised a lack of trouble. Not at all, actually. We were promised that there would be trouble, right? We were promised that there would be temptations and trials and all those things. True Story says, be anxious for nothing, pray for everything. Absolutely love that. And that's kind of where I'm living my life. I'm a little more tired than normal, I got to admit, but I'm not anxious about it at all. I'm just not. Gene says, I am type 2. I'm finding there's more and more people that are type 2, and there's actually tons of people that are type 1 within Kittanning. And since I've been connected through so many people, there was a police officer that messaged me. There's been probably at least a dozen people that have reached out to me and said, hey, we have kids. Excuse me. Reached out to me and said, hey, we have kids that have type 1, and we know what you're going through. If you need any help, please let us know. So it's just been really amazing to kind of have all of that outreach from the community that really has reached out to not only pray for us, but has offered practical help as well. So I know that if we ever run into an issue that we don't know what to do, that there's going to be a whole group of people that are willing to help. And honestly, that means the world to me. It makes all the difference, because then it kind of removes any anxiety that you would have extra, because then you say, well, what if this? What if this? What if this? Oh, well, I have a dozen people that I could ask. And so yeah, it's very helpful. Big Dog says, diabetes stinks like all diseases, but put it in God's hands. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Absolutely. Amanda says, they have a monster truck at Ford City Summerfest where you can take a ride. What? They have a monster truck down there in the park? Is that true? Is that Summerfest? Is that what I'm thinking of? Or is there like something else that is Summerfest somewhere else? 3D Maker Kid says, Ford City, never heard of it. Other than their hamburgers, right? 3D Maker Kid? I know you like some Harper's Grill. Todd says, how many types are there? 1 and 2, what's the difference? So that's a great question. So type 2 diabetes is normally diet related, is normally like... can be diet controlled or can be controlled by a pill. And so type 2 can be genetic, those kinds of things, but generally they can trace, the reason that it happened. And type 2 can actually be reversed. And so if you have type 2 diabetes, a lot of times if you're in like an early stage of it, you could either just control it with diet, or you can completely reverse it with your diet. Type 1 is a little bit different. Type 2, your body's making the insulin, it's just not processing it correctly. Type 1, your body actually, it's an autoimmune disease, and so your immune system actually attacks your pancreas. And so the cells that are creating insulin all the time are actually destroyed by your own immune system. And so your body no longer creates insulin. So type 1, you actually have to take shots all the time, every meal that you take, to cover every bit of sugar that your body's taking in. Your body can still create a little bit of insulin, depends on the person, but type 1 in general, your body never creates enough insulin in order to keep you alive. So that's where we're at. There's a doctor in the house, though, Dr. Amanda Slagle. If I said anything wrong, Dr. Amanda, please correct me. Matt Smith says, you need to do another cool history video or something about Kittanning like the Typewriter Hill video. I will, I promise. There's several on my list. The next one will probably be about Edgewood. And so I'll be having an Edgewood video at some time, probably in the spring. It'll be coming. Melissa says, no Animal Jam for her until she gets a new phone. Yeah, and she should have to pay for her new phone, Melissa. Don't just buy her one. Dustin said, hey, bud, just wanted to pop in. Sorry I didn't come to church today. I felt very sore from the back procedure, but I'm healing, and it's not the pain from the injury, but the pain from the procedure. But it will heal. Great. Glad to hear you got the procedure done, and I hope that you get better quickly. I'll be praying for you, my friend. Amanda says, type 2 can also be caused by food allergies. See, did not know that. Glad we have a doctor in the house. Dustin says, just keep praying for me, and also found out I have a kidney infection, so I'm glad they found all that, and I'm going to heal. Praise God. Absolutely, praise God. Roblox says, the thumbnail, I got a small crack on my phone. What does that even mean? I'm not sure what that means. Is it because of my face? I'm sorry. I don't know. True Story says, do a sermon on trials, tests, and tribulations. Research each one and find out how to biblically deal with each. What Peter says, when troubles come, it's always one of these three. That's a cool sermon idea. We could be like, I don't know, 3 T's or something like that. I like that idea, though. I'll have to talk with the sermon team and see if we can, because we're looking for a couple of sermon series for the summer, because the summer is the most difficult one. But Lord knows Pastor Mark's been through some trials and troubles and tribulations this last year, and I've been through some as well. So I think we could probably make that happen. Todd says, wow, thanks for the info. You're welcome, sir. T. Wolf says, hope you've been feeling okay after that accident. My wife is type 2. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. My back is still a little bit sore, so I'm not 100% for sure. It's been a week already, but I've been using a TENS machine to kind of try to help a little bit, and it does actually help. So I don't know. I probably just need to sleep more. I need to rest more. I'm just very much looking forward to this week being back to normal. Diane says, sorry guys, got the gate crash, but saying hi, and my auntie has type 1. It's horrible for her, so I feel for anyone who has this illness. Love to you all. Thank you so much. Or is it Dion? I don't know I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so I'm sorry if I got it wrong. But I'm glad that you're here. Glad that you popped in. T. Wolf says, do you live stream your sermons? We do not live stream them, but they are on YouTube. So if you search Living Water Church Kittanning, you'll find a logo for our church. And we have all of our sermons on there. So if you want to check out any of our sermons, if you want to hear the one from today about, Jericho, you can feel free to check that out. Melissa says she does a lot of babysitting and chores to earn that phone, though. Well, that's good. So you're making her earn it. That's good. So she is paying for it just with her work. Amanda says, love Exodus and James. Me too. Both great. Favorite books of the Bible. Maybe you guys can rapid fire. What's your favorite book of the Bible? Mine are, I think, Matthew and Romans, if I had to pick. If I had those two books, I think I'm good. Really love Isaiah, though, in the Old Testament. But anyway. True Story says, Tea Party Sermon Series. Oh, yeah, there you go. The Tea Party. That's really cool, actually. And we could do like Boston Tea Party because we just want to throw all that stuff in the sea when it comes, don't we? Matt says, we should do a meetup with everyone on the Gateway Clipper and have a boat journey to Kittanning on it and film it this summer. Also fly the drone while cruising on the boat and getting great shots. Matt, I just need a unbelievable budget, and we need to make all your ideas come true. You have the best ideas. I can't even explain. Your ideas are wonderful. Dion, yeah, okay, like the singer, Dion. Thank you, appreciate that. I need help pronouncing names. I'm just not the best with it. Anyone who's listened to my sermons can tell you, like, my Hebrew and like when I'm trying to pronounce words in Hebrew or Greek, it's just not good. I have to practice all week in order to get it right. Todd John says it's amazing how a 9-volt battery can zap you pretty good in a TENS machine. Yeah, I know. The one that I have has a battery built in. It looks like a little iPhone, and I'm actually going to be making a video on it at some point in the future. But yeah, it's amazing how much they can shock you. I could put it on my neck, and if I turn up high enough, it'll literally like pull my whole head to the side. Like it shocks the muscles so hard, it'll pull my head. It's kind of fun. I kind of enjoy it, but I don't know, something wrong with me probably. Kim says, Ecclesiastes and Romans. First off, Kimberly Luke, I didn't know you watched the live streams. I'm so glad you're here. I do love Ecclesiastes as well. Very good stuff in there. In fact, if I'm ever like feeling kind of lost, I can read Ecclesiastes, and it's like a book that will just ground me. In one sitting, it just grounds me. I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so practical that I really like it. Gene says, John and Colossians. Ooh, 2 more good choices. I was waiting for John to come in. True Story says, Acts with the coming of the Holy Spirit. Yeah, okay. I like me some Acts, too. I love preaching out of Acts. I've probably preached more sermons out of Acts than just about any other book. Well, Matthew's probably number 1, but Acts is probably number 2. Amanda says, Ruth is my favorite book, plus Boaz was Rahab's son. Yes, absolutely. I think Boaz was it son? Yeah, it was a son. Yes, it was. Absolutely, you're right. Kim says, and Exodus. Yeah, every time you've preached, I think you've preached out of Exodus, Kim, so I could have guessed that one, I think. Summer says, I enjoy Acts. Absolutely. Amanda says, okay, pet peeve, TENS units don't shock you. All right, what do they do? How do they work? Tell us, Amanda. We need to know. Summer says, enjoy hearing about the gift. Oh, yeah, in the book of Acts. Absolutely. Yes. Swan says, be awesome to arrange boat trips from Pittsburgh, like for the festival. Yeah, and the boat, the Gateway Clipper, they had in Kittanning a few years ago. Kevin from the Tourist Bureau, when he was there, actually organized it. And that thing sold out in like 2 days. When they put up tickets for it, they used it as a big fundraiser, and they made money on it. So I don't know why they're not doing that. They could probably do it 3 times every summer, bring the Gateway Clipper up and sell tickets for it. I think that would be amazing. So we need to maybe work on getting the Gateway Clipper back, but that would be pretty cool, though, if we did it as like a greatest city in the world meetup fundraiser. That would be pretty awesome. Sorry, Todd said, I'm trying to understand. Amanda's explaining the TENS machine. Video for the TENS machine while your wife has the controller. Yeah. Amanda says, signal jam pain signals at the spinal cord. I'm not sure what that means. I just don't know. I might have to look it up. And then I need to read more on it, I guess. It sure feels like it shocks you, though. AJ says, I like Esther. Yes, very good book as well. All right, guys. I'm a little sleepy. I haven't slept enough in the last week, so I'm probably going to jump off of here. I got a few things that I still want to accomplish tonight. But I sure appreciate you being here and watching this and connecting. And I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your prayers, all those kinds of things. And yeah, I just would love to do this again next Sunday. Be looking out for the videos. Like I said, I have more personal family videos beginning of the week and some more Kittanning videos at the end of the week. But I'm very excited to do them all. Can't wait to get back to it and start creating some more content. And I'm just so excited for the rest of the year. I know there's so many good things coming. Many of them we talked about tonight. And just can't wait to experience it all with you guys. So be on the lookout for the videos. Be on the lookout for the announcement for the meetup. That's going to be happening real soon. And I don't know. I just love you guys. Can't wait to see you soon. And as always, I will see you